Hello guys and welcome back to another episode. Sorry, I've been MIA a little bit. Sorry for the background, it looks a little bit messy. I haven't recorded and my glasses are broken. Yes. I didn't want to wear lens, so here we are. Today's video, we're going to take a look here at one of the local stores. I mean, not local, it's like a 1 hour away from where I'm at. But this is one of the videos of Chien-pao with Arceus versus Arceus Tina that I was testing, playing in the local tournament. And let's go ahead and take a look, see how it goes, and so you guys can enjoy it. We start here. First of all, my opponent before this, because I skipped it a little bit, before he does the draw, I gave him a mulligan, so he mulligan draw, and now he's doing the ability of Chien-pao, which allows him to get 2 energies if you're not familiar with it. And on our side, we have a horrible, terrible hand that is not quite good. Starting with Bidoof is not the suboptimal. We want to kind of start with Arceus, so that way we can attach double turbo and start accelerating energies to the Arctina, and then we can eat all this Chien-paos. But let's see how it goes. My opponent here, getting those energies, which looks pretty cool. I have the ones that are similar to that one, but without the Lugia in the background, if you know what I mean. I have the plain ones without it. They also have the stamp at the bottom, but you know, I'm trying to collect those because they look kind of cool, to be honest. And I can't collect the gold ones because they're a little bit expensive, and every gold energy that I pull, I automatically trade or sell it. But back to the game here. Now he has a VIP in hand, so I think before he shuffles, the suboptimal thing here to do is to, before he does that, is to play the VIP pass, so that way you can, not only you thin 2 cards out of the Chien-pao, but you thin 2 more cards out of the deck before you do Radiant Greninja, so you can draw 2 more cards, potentially those last 2 cards, because he draw 2 for 2 with the Chien-pao, 2 with the VIP, and those 2 extra cards probably could have been support cards that you can combo on your next turn. But I mean, that's how I would have played. I think that's the correct way to play it. But he has also double cross switcher in hand, which is kind of tricky. You know, it's kind of good for his deck, kind of bad for me, because if I do not, like, if I don't play a Judge or a Iono out of my hand, we're gonna be in a little bit of a pickle here. So we kind of have to get out of this brick zone that we are in. But like you see there, he also has the Arceus Tina. I don't think not the Arceus Tina, so the Arceus. I think the Arceus is there to get him out of like very weird situations. Like for example, next turn he will have that V-Star ability open to get any card. So even if we manage to disrupt my opponent here, he can just go and grab 2 cards that he potentially needs. But let's see what we do here. Automatically playing Iono, which tells me that my hand was dookie. None of the cards were playable, so that's kind of rough. So now we have to see if those 6 new cards that Iono provided for us are actually pretty good. If not, then oh well, we have an Arceus, so that's pretty good. Choice Bell is not going to do that much difference in this matchup because you're going up against an EX. And since I Iono my opponent, well, I gave him 6 brand new cards, but I don't want him to play like a Luminion. You can see his hand, he already has a supporter, he has Iono, and he has Irida. But I kind of don't like the Spiritomb there is like for the late game, you can kind of say, because you don't want your opponent to play like a Luminion or any V Pokemon that has an ability that could disrupt you potentially. So you kind of want to, that's why the Spiritomb is there. But since we are in a very, very bad spot and only 1 card in hand, The correct thing to do here is to promote that Spiritomb and leave it in the active, and then go ahead and pass like you saw there, and then pray that either the top deck is good or the card that we have in hand is good. That's pretty much it. So and you can see also he has the V-Star in hand, so he has energy attachment per turn, so he can attach into this Radiant Greninja and retreat potentially into the Chien-pao, and he can also use the Arceus V-Star to get he already has a cross switcher in hand, but he can potentially get another cross switcher, not even retreat, so he can save that energy and cross switcher the Arceus, put it in the active, promote the Chien-pao in the active, and that way, you know, he can take an easy knockout there. And then he's going to go for probably a rare candy Excalibur, so that way he can accelerate more energies, but at the same time playing, you can see here how good these combinations are, because he plays the Rita. He's missing the cross switcher to do the combo. I mean, I'm guessing that's where my head is going. But if you don't get those cards, you still have Arceus to get 2 more cards out of the deck and like punish your opponent. So having the Arceus in the Chien-pao, I think is super excellent in this in that deck. So if you are playing without it, I suggest you add probably a 1/1 copy. I think he's playing a 1/1 copy, I'm guessing. Well, I don't know, but that could let you know what it is. And also, if he wants to do the Greninja spread damage, that's not going to be kind of cool or good to do, due to the fact that Bibarel has has that ability of protection. But there it is, cross switcher. Oof, man, and plus thinning 2 more energy cards out of the deck is insane. So you're getting cards after cards after cards. So man, excellent. But if my opponent decides later he wants to spread damage, he has to wait for this Bibarel, for this Bidoof to evolve into a Bibarel, due to the energy that it has that protects him from bench damage. But also, another thing that my opponent can use to counter it is canceling Cologne. I don't know if you guys had a chance of looking at it while it was like his first like 7 cards, but he had it there, so he can, if Bidoof comes into the active, you can play canceling Cologne, use Greninja, and take double knockout into this shenanigan here. So it's kind of cool, But then let's see, and yeah, that top deck is a judge, so we are safe by the bell, to be honest here. Man, we are hanging in there. So all the cards that my opponent got in his hand with the V-Star, with the Chien-pao, with the Greninja, all of those are going to get back shuffled into the deck. So let's see what he draws out of those 4 and what we draw out of those 2, because we have a turbo an energy lotto in hand, and we also have a nest balls that can get us the second Arceus. The reason why I'm playing the energy lotto in this build is because I don't have the psychic punching glove, I think it is, that does 30 more damage to psychic Pokemon. I don't have it. I searched my bulk and I don't have it. I think I bulk take like years ago. So I decided to add an energy lotto, so that way we can find those turbo energies faster. So in semi all the games that I have played, they have worked. So let's see if we hit it here with this one, which it looks like we don't. But in other in other matchups that I have used energy lotto, I have managed to get an energy out of there, so that way we can attach. So even though we top deck the judge, we're still in dangerous waters, because yes, we managed to bench the Arceus, but no energy attachment per turn, which is kind of sketchy, to be honest. No path to the peaks. Man, this guy is playing 2 canceling colognes. Probably to face those. I think also the. I mean, you don't. I don't think you have problems against Arceus Duraludon because you have basic waters. But something else like what should we call it? What is the other one? I think is I forgot. I think probably Miltank or the new Miltank. You can kind of say. That prevents damage from EXs and V Pokemons. So that's probably a reason why he has it. Or I don't know. I really do not know why he has 2, other than because you don't need it for Guardy. You don't need it. You can knock out anything that Guardy players play. In my case, I don't have nothing that prevents damage from the Chien-pao. The canceling cologne does not affect Flying Pikachu's attack because it's an effect of an attack. It's not an ability. So, I think it's there mostly for Miltank shenanigans. You can kind of say, I guess. But there he plays the superior energy, and there, ooh, he's going for it. But does he know that the Bidoof can get knocked out? Because this, if he does target the, yeah, he targets the Bidoof, but the Bidoof has an ability that prevents the damage done to him from bench. You know, if you have it in the bench and somebody tries to snipe it, you can't because it has an ability. And in my opponent case, that is what happened. And man, supports, good supports after good supports we have been drawing. So we are going to be being able to bring my opponent's hand size to only 3. Those 3 cards are not super useful. I mean, I think if we put a Path to the Peak, that's kind of something that he can do. He can, if we put Path to the Peak, he can actually bump the stadium. What else he can do? He can take the knockout here if I manage to find the evolution of this Bidoof to the Bibarel, which I think we should, because we have the Arceus ability, and I think we have an Ultra Ball in hand, if I'm not mistaken. So those are the routes that we can take. Another thing that he can do is see what the top deck is, play the superior energy retrieval, discard 2 cards, draw 4, and those retreat with Radiant, promote the Chien-pao, and attack the Bibarel if we manage to evolve it for 2 energies, 120. That will put him into 2 price cards, because and then that will put him way above, like, you know, way in the lead. We discarded a Giratina V-Star. I think my thought process is he's already at 3 prices. He only needs to knock out this Bibarel and potentially my Arceus or the Tina. I'm not gonna sweat it that much. I have another copy. Hopefully, I have another one in the deck, so that way we can use the other one, evolve it, and then go from there. But we didn't draw the switch. We already played the escape rope early in the game. My opponent draws a canceling cologne, which, like I said, he can use the superior energy retrieval, discard the cologne and the Ultra Ball, and then, you know, do that stuff. If he wants to thin the deck a little bit more, he can use the Lost Vacuum, but at the same time, you will be putting an energy into the Lost Zone. So you have to be very careful here. I think the plan is what I just said at the beginning. You use the superior energy retrieval, discard the Ultra Ball and the Cologne, get 4 energies out of the discard pile. Potentially, because what I'm thinking here is, if I'm my opponent, I will put all those 4 energies into the Chien-pao, slam this Bibarel for 120 and stay with 2 energies, you know. And then potentially the next top deck. I can use that top deck to Lost Vacuum the path, get 2 more energies. Also, I'm getting a card from the prices, so that can also be very good. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how he plays it. But like I said, I would have attached all those 4 energies there. In my opinion, he gets a boss out of the sorry, out of the prices. Ultra Ball me here discarding the Raihan and the Arceus. Raihan here would have been good to play it, but at the same time is I don't know what my opponent has, so I mean I think I don't know what he has. I know he has 2 energies in hand. The other 2 cards are unknown, but and the top deck is an energy, so my plan would have been like okay, because then you Lost Vacuum the boss's orders, put it in the Lost Zone, draw 2 more, and then accelerate the energies. But we didn't know that I was gonna play the boss, so I mean that's like my thought process, I guess. I think differently, maybe, you know. He can also, but he also has only 1 energy in hand in the deck. That energy probably is going to get discarded with the Greninja ability. See what 2 cards he draws. And I think he draws 2 Excaliburs. So that's actually kind of cool, but kind of bad at the same time, because you can accelerate. I mean, you're not getting knocked out. I mean, I could potentially knock him out next turn if I retreat and attack with Tina. But if he would have like a supporter, like a Irida, he could have Irida get the Rare Candy and something else, you know, some weird shenanigans like that. But he only has 2 energies and 2 Excaliburs. I think here that what I would do is attach energy into the Arceus, probably, because like, yeah, we forgot to take a price on our Excalibur knockout. We didn't shuffle anything, but right here and right now, I could like retreat and do that scenario, but I think I'm in a super. My hand is dookie, so I think that's the only thing I can do is just retreat, attack, and hopefully those 2 cards out of their prices can be potentially good for next turn. If I don't get an energy next turn, suboptimally, what we want to draw out of the top deck is like a turbo energy, so that way we can attach the turbo, knock out the ninja. Because if we have to attach an energy, or because we also have a V-Guard energies, but if we attach with V-Guard energies, that's 2 more energies that are gonna be in the Lost Zone, and then we're like, what now? Because I have no way to accelerate. The RCS at the bench is not powered up, so yes, we managed to take the knockout, get the first 3 prices, but still we are in a very bad situation here for ourselves. And also my opponent is in kind of like a brick zone shenanigan, thanks to the Ionos and judges that I've been playing. And then that path to the peak that I replayed is also affecting him, because he cannot draw more energies or more cards with the Greninja ability. So that's kind of cool. All that I can think of here is that he nest ball another Chien-pao and attaches energy, but no, he's gonna go for the 3 G-backs. I think he only used 1 rare candy last turn, so that potentially has like 3 more rare candies that he can use in the game. But that's a good thing that my opponent just passed, because now we can try and take advantage of it and see what else we can do. I think we top deck a switch, so and now we have Ultra Ball here. I think we're checking the discard probably just to see if we have another copy of the Bibarel, because we play a 2-2 copy, a 2-2 line of the Bibarel and Bidoof, and I think that's where we're going here for the Bidoof, so that way we can draw a little bit more energies, a little bit more cards. My bad. More cards that we see more disruption we can potentially do to my opponent, and get out of this sticky situation. Because look at that, he passes, I pass, and it's like he's not taking knockouts, which is good, but I'm also passing because I'm not taking knockout, and it's also bad. So it prevents me from like, it takes me a step further away from getting the knockout, you know. And right here, he can get the Chien-pao, he can get a rare candy. With that rare candy, he can evolve the back Excalibur, accelerate a bunch of energies, and just poke this Tina for a little bit of damage. Or again, my opponent can wait. If he doesn't have enough energies to do 300, because 4 energies is 240, so he will need 5 energies. If he doesn't have the opportunity of getting 5 energies attached to the Chien-pao, he can just wait. Because if I take the knockout here on this Grid Ninja, he has only 2 prizes, so that he can power this tank and just, you know, do cool stuff. And I think we only have 2 bosses orders in the discard pile, because we boss 1 Excalibur, and then we Ultra Ball another boss to get the B-Barrel. The Bidoof, my bad. So let's see what unfolds in here. Because he can evolve it. If he evolves at least one of them, that's gonna... Oh, no, he does not evolve. So I guess that's great for me on my end, because I can also Iono him again, or potentially another judge, and, you know, get that done. Like you see here, oh, I think I can skip more. But that's another boss's orders that I discard. I think that's the second one in the discard pile, or the third one, if I'm correct. And there it is. Now, hopefully, this 5 cards that I draw is an energy. If we find an energy or an Iono, that'll be great. I think that's most like the best thing to get, because that way you shrink his hand size back to 2, and that prevents him from winning the game, and we could be a little bit closer. And we find the turbo attachment per turn. That's gonna allow us to take the knockout here on this Green Ninja, and salt to the wound. There is another Iono, so my opponent will only be drawing 2 cards, and I'll be drawing 3. But we have the B-Barrel, so we can draw more cards. So that's kind of cool. We have energy. I don't know if we have another energy in hand. So we're gonna go Lost Impact for the knockout, take 1 more prize, and now this is the decisive battle. He has an Avery, and he also has a super rod, if I'm not mistaken. He can play the super rod, put a bunch of energies back into the deck. Let's see what's the top deck. Oof, an Ultra Ball. Not a good playable card. And also, so he needs to find back Excalibur, he needs to find rare candy, and he needs to find superior energy retrieval. He needs 3 cards in order to get like a super combo going. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but he also has 2 more Pokestops available to him in the deck. So if he draws the Pokestop out of the Avery, that could potentially guarantee him those super rods, which is kind of cool. So now we just have to see if he actually get all the missing pieces of the combo, so that he can take the dub in this round. Just double checking here the discard pile. Seeing all those energies there, it's kind of pretty cool. Knowing that my opponent does not have energies in the deck is also kind of cool. I mean, he potentially put 2 backs with the let's see. Oh, this is the decisive thing. Avery, draw 3. He only gets 1. He only gets 1 piece of the puzzle. Damn, that's rough. No Pokestop, no rare candy, no Excalibur. So this is, I don't think he's gonna be winning this game. So yeah, I mean, he's also trying to see if I have energy, but I have energy in hand out of the prices, I think. Wow, that was a pretty intense game. Nonetheless, super like starting bad, but we managed to turn the tables to our side and managed to take the dub. So pretty good. But Chien-pao, you can see here in combination with Arceus, is a menace because you not only have Irida. Irida gets you the combo of the Rare Candy Bats Caliber. You have the ability of the Chien-pao, so you can draw 2 more energies. If you don't have enough energies, you can use Arceus' ability to draw 2 more cards or to get a superior energy retrieval. If you have 4, get those 4 back in hand. It's insane combos you can do with it. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the matchup as much as I did. Remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And peace out.